Hey guys, so I've gotten quite a few emails saying things like, I'm 12 years old and I want to learn graphic design, but how do I even start? And so since I can be kind of lazy and I don't want to type out the same answer every time, I thought I'd make a video to answer it. So that's this. The first thing to do is to understand that it takes a lot of hard work. Graphic design is a skill just like anything else, and it takes a lot of time to develop your eye for layout, legibility, juxtaposition, all those other fancy design words. I was using Photoshop almost every day from when I was 12 until when I was 16. And now I've had almost 4 years on top of that learning from what's arguably the best art school in the country. So don't think that I'm about to give you some magic spell that's going to make you instantly great at it. Graphicus Designus. Oh man, I still have the uncontrollable urge to use Comic Sans. So if you really love it and you're willing to put in the work, then all the power to you. Back to the original question, where do you even start? Not to get all Hermione on you, but I'd really suggest going to your local library or bookstore and reading some books. This is a great introduction to typography, the history of type, just some really basic things that you should probably know before you start actually doing it. This one is another really great book. It was actually our textbook for Typography 2, and it was written by a guy who teaches here, John Kane. It's really easy to follow and has this funny, face on the front, which is just kind of hilarious. And on top of typography, you might also want to learn about the history of graphic design, and this book is a really great one to start with. It has just a really good summary of most of what you'll need to know. There are lots of pictures too. Links to all of these can be found in the Descender. So now you know what graphic design is and your fingers are itching to make layouts and modify photos. If you already have Photoshop, Illustrator, and or InDesign, that's awesome. If not, a really great starter program is the GIMP. GIMP? I don't know, I never actually used it, but I've heard it's really good. And it's free, so, you know. Or just work with actual paper and glue. Sometimes the limitations that actual paper gives you can make you even more creative. A great project is to take a poster or an ad from a magazine and just redesign it. Make yourself stick to the same size as the original and use all of the same text, even if there's a lot of it and it's hard to fit it all in. Really think about the audience that the ad is trying to appeal to and other ways that you can present the same information. Or if you really just need to learn the programs better, then simply recreate the ad, getting it as close to the original as you possibly can. Obviously, that's not something you could put in your portfolio, but you'll learn skills that will come in so handy when you're actually designing your own work. Also, if you're like 12 or 13, you're still so young, so don't force yourself to do a ton of work that you're just not interested in. Maybe you really like modifying photos, or maybe you want to learn to lay out books, or maybe you want to combine your illustrations with expressive typography. Just keep working at whatever it is you love to do, and give yourself assignments as if you were in school. Restrictions only make you more creative, so try designing a flyer that uses only green and blue, or a flyer that uses one font, or a flyer that uses 10 fonts. Most, well, probably all of your early designs will be completely awful, especially looking back at them years later. But don't get discouraged because you're learning from every single one. As you get more confident in your abilities, try taking a class at a local art store or college. Even if you're not the most motivated person in the world, that'll give you the incentive to keep at it week after week. Also, try to make friends with people who are at about the same level, design-wise, as you are. Either IRL in a class or online on a message board. And that way you can give each other encouragement and feedback, and it'll really help you stay motivated. Wow, that was a lot of information. I hope you guys could keep up. So stop watching me and go get designing. I'll see you guys next time for my epically awesome Halloween video.
Stay awesome, and Papyrus is bad.